Welcome back. You're still watching this morning live on Metro Television. You're live on DSTV channel 277, live on Facebook and YouTube, Metro TV Ghana. Today we're having a conversation on ransomware with DK Cyber. What is it? What can and cannot do? The misconceptions, the myths about it, so on and so forth. This is my first time actually hearing this though. I was telling DK.
Wow.
Yeah. But I'm so glad you're here to teach us. Yeah.
Good.
Let's start with some of the misconceptions that surrounds the ransomware.
All right. So thanks very much and good morning to our viewers. And when you say ransomware means your files being encrypted by a hacker and hold them for a ransom. So you'll be using your own PC, you'll be using your own computer, and your files will be corrupted or will be encrypted, and then they will demand of a ransomware or ransom, maybe pay an amount. And normally the amount they demand is in cryptocurrency. Now, when you look at ransomware, some of the myths around it, ransomware has really happened several times, and the fear is that people think that, the ransom though is there, but when I'm using my PC, anything I see, maybe this file, when I try to open a file and the file is not open, then maybe someone has really encrypted the file, so it's going to demand of a ransom. No, ransomware attack that we've known in the past, one of the most popular one happened in May 2017. That is the WannaCry ransom attack. It happened through Microsoft. There was a vulnerability in Microsoft then, but it was fixed. But the people who didn't update their Microsoft were not able to fix those vulnerabilities. So they attacked the Microsoft, and I think even UK Health Ministry, most of their PC were attacked. And even I think on the 12th of May 2017, one famous Telefonica company, they were also attacked and they suffered from this ransom. At the end of the day, almost about 23,000 PC were affected. And they were demanding of a ransom worth around $300 to $600 per PC. So let's calculate it this way. Almost about 23,000 PC affected, and you pay $600. You know how much you've paid to these people?
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So ransom attack is really happening, and normally what it does is they encrypt your files. They encrypt your files, then they will tell you before you can open your files. So assuming you have your PC, like Metro TV, our PCs, then this morning we try to open our files,
our news,
all those confidential information.
But why would someone do that? What exactly do they need? Because you mentioned Microsoft, because Microsoft is a very big company. If you attack, you attack practically everyone. Why would someone want to attack that? If the person if you're attacking, let's say, a Metro TV computer, what do you stand to gain? But let's say if you're attacking maybe the White House, you gain something. So why would someone do that?
Right, thank you very much. You see, over the years, one of the threats to cybersecurity has been this malware, and of which one of them, the key one, has been a ransom. Now, most of the hackers have stopped developing viruses because when they develop a virus for you, it will just change the behavior of your PC. They really don't gain anything. But when they do ransom attack, they hold captive of your files.
It's like they've held something hostage.
Yes, hostage. Pay before you give it to you. So then if you are able to get, let's say, millions of people, then they pay something, then we gain our money. So you see, we have cyber mafians. There's one called the R-Evil, right? And that happened around 2019 by these Russians, and they affected a lot of PC. So when you talk about ransomware, it's very deadly and dangerous. See, based on my research, there's one that is really coming up, and we have to be careful.
Coming up?
Yes, called Emotet. Emotet was there 2014. Within the COVID, when we started sharing of email, how to protect yourself, COVID-19, all those stuff, it revamped itself. Now coming up again. So we should be very careful about it. The various links that we'll be clicking. So we advise that we have to be doing in-service training for our staffs, organizations. It's a must now that we need to educate, train our staffs, especially people who are key handling our digital assets, right? Like our emails, like our social media, because today, if it will come, it's through there. You were talking about why were they attacking Microsoft. You see, Microsoft is a big brand, and we all know a lot of people use it,
Yeah.
right? And I told you that there was a vulnerability that Microsoft faced, but the people who were using their service did not update their machine. You know,
Okay.
in here we've told that we have to periodically update your system.
Yeah.
Because when the developer sees something bad and they fix it, how does it apply to you, the user? Unless you update it before those patches before those vulnerabilities will be fixed. You understand? So the people who were not able to update their system were attacked. So we need to also learn how to be updating our files, also backing up our data.
Okay, DK, let me come in. You see, when they attack Microsoft, it's on all like the computer, the systems. It comes through all the systems. So let's say if I'm using a Microsoft, I will be affected. You will be affected. How do I identify that this is a ransomware? But see, if for someone who is in a Microsoft company, knows this particular way that is affecting it, as an individual, how do I get to know that this kind of way is attacking my machine?
All right, fantastic. The very first thing you see is if you try to open your PC, or even sometimes if you try to on your PC, they will tell you that before you can open your PC, pay 0.2 BTC. Then that was that was a ransomware. So before even you can access every file on your computer, they will tell you that pay this amount to this address.
Wow.
They will add the address there. And they don't accept those Visa, those Visa. No, they accept crypto. That has been their style. Bitcoin, especially Bitcoin, because that one you can't track it.
You can't trace it. Yes.
You understand? So before you will see that, you know, when you have been affected, the danger here is that unless you are an IT guy or technical guy, before you can see that, no, there's a ransom on my PC.
Yeah.
But the time that you will see, it will be encrypting all your files. Some of them, even I had a complaint. You can open your PC, you can be operating, but when you try to open any file on your PC, they will ask you that you have to pay set amount to this wallet. So that is the point you will see that you have been affected with a ransom attack. And you have only two options. Either to reformat your PC or to pay the ransom and get back your information.
Your PC,
yes, that is very dangerous for organizations. So assume it's a bank and you've got your data. You know, it's key here.
Yeah.
You've got all them encrypted, and they are demanding that before you can open it or before you can access your own files on your own server or PC, pay said amount to them, and even the guarantee that when it will be released for you. It's a problem. So why don't we look at the protective ways to protect ourselves?
Good. Let's go to the protective ways of, solving this thing. Is there maybe an anti-ware or something where?
I love that word, no. Yeah, so because when the ransomware happened, it encrypts your files. So we have decrypting softwares there. Sometimes it might work for you, but sometimes no. Or you can look for a digital forensics investigator who has got knowledge to also work on the backups that you've got, because sometimes the system update themselves, have backup for you. You can work on that. Or what you can also do is, when it happens that way, you don't have to shut down your PC. Let your PC be on and just open it like that. Sometimes it works. But the very best option is you have two options, either to pay the ransom or if you have done backups, you go for your backup. But also because it's spread, it's a malware, because it's spread, you try to really deactivate that PC or that affected PC from the others so that it might not spread through your entire service or your entire network. So we have to be very careful. And the very important thing here is in-service training, education. Let's train ourselves, especially email handling has been a key here, because all these things, most of the viruses, the malware, the ransom attack happens through email, attachments, the various things. We have some we call malwares, they are embedded. So when you click on the link, it has the auto-downloading feature, an option that really affects it. You see, so you just click on the link and it will download itself onto your PC. So we have to be very careful about that.
Is there a way you move onto a particular website? Since you said it transfers through the system, is there a way you open a particular website and then you move the ransomware from that website onto the machine? Is there something like that?
So what we have is the ransomware really travels on the network, right? And it's looking for every ransomware. It's looking for maybe fast confidential information to encrypt it, right? So we are talking about the files hosted on your PC, right? So how it is being transferred is when you're on the same network. I'm sharing a file. We can have that being transferred around, right? But normally where we get them from, it's also we trying to look smart, not to use paid softwares, trying to go to other platforms to download free softwares. You might be attacked through ransomwares and also viruses and other stuff. So we have to be very careful. The various websites that we visit, especially to download things. Especially people think torrent. We'll do education on torrent because see, it's a key factor here that today, see, after COVID, a lot of things are going to happen in the cyberspace, and we should expect that ransom attack is going to increase. Malware is going to increase because today we've learned how to remotely work from home. So now there have been a whole open door for us and loopholes for these attackers to exploit. You understand? So this is the point we have to really get ourselves informed. We stand 80% chance to block them if you know it.
Yeah.
You know, you said you don't even know it.
Yeah, I don't
So
really
until you've been attacked, you wouldn't see it.
Know. Yeah. If I just open my machine and I realize that you're asking me to pay for money, I'm like, maybe I want to access my pictures. You said, pay money to access this file.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is happening? Yeah. But then I think you've really, really helped us this one, and I really, really appreciate that. But there's the last question, and it's really, this thing is really frustrating my mind. That's what I'm asking. How can one just sit down and create a virus, like a ransomware? What and what does a person add to create that particular virus? How is it done?
Thank you very much. It's simple. To create a virus with even just a command prompt, you can create a virus. With 3 lines of code, you can create a virus. We shouldn't forget, a virus or a malware is a malicious code, right? So I can add some words together. It will create a virus to affect or to change the behavior of something. So with just a Python code, a 3-line of Python code, I can create a virus. And if you want us to share with our viewers, one day we can do practical to create a virus for people to see what it is. You see, so that is it. It's not difficult to do it. And sometimes when they create that, they add a lot of stuff to it. So the virus or the malware does not even just come on your PC, but it remotely access everything on your PC.
But when we are creating it, we have an antidote somewhere. We create
something happened in 2014. That is around May. It affected Google. And there was a guy from India, 24 years old, trying to say that he was also trying to create antivirus to solve that, to patch that, and later on became a serious virus that we all fought for it.
Really?
Yes.
Are some virus good?
There's no good
virus. That is good.
You know what? In a normal term, virus it's a disease. So it's only antivirus that are good. Good. And we all live with it. You see, if your behavior of machine keeps changing, your phone. A lot of people. The last time we were saying that anyone who visits those pornographic websites takes malware viruses away.
Wow.
Sometimes the physical one that you will see is the behavior of your phone changing. Slowing, you see adwords. A lot of times you see a lot of. Have you gone to a website that after that website you see that there's a lot of ads coming in? They are showing a lot of adware.
I was trying to shop for something, a shoe or a wig, and after I closed,
you see advert was coming like that. Like, you've been affected by adware. Okay. So we have it there.
Thank you very much, DK Cyber. I mean, he has really taught us so many things this morning. I really, really appreciate you coming. We're talking about ransomware, and he has educated us so much. This is where we end today's show. Tomorrow we'll be back. Up next is Good Morning Ghana with Annie Ifwa Ampo. My name is Sanaya Tanobwache. Enjoy the rest of our programs.